Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Would I give all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakakwadash.
double honors to the apostles, the great millstone. Double honor to the bishops and elders double and honor to Yakim. They're pushing this word and truth, sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, want to do a quick hit for you. A quick impromptu. I'm the priest Amathia.
Praise Benaiah.
And we're seeing what's going on now, prophecies, bro, as we've been speaking, and having the Lord speak through us, the prophecies that we've been speaking about are actually coming into play. Hey, America, the U.S. is at war, you know, and like you said, it's only going to ramp up. Hey, and we're seeing as the U.S. is at war, they're also talking about the year 2025 was one of the worse than almost decades of job growth and also with job loss. And 2026, they said it's not going to get any better. As you can look at what's going on with America, it's all collapsing, it's crumbling. You have people out here that's not even trying to pay attention to it because they're still so engulfed in this Babylon juice. They're so engulfed in their lives. They're not looking at anything that's going around them. And these things are actually starting to crumble, and things are only gonna get bad. The things that's happening that they're talking about in Dubai, these things are gonna end up here in Babylon the Great.
Mhm.
All these sleeper cells walking around. These and you niggas not paying attention. They're not going around saying you seeing this. They're worried about who cheeks they're gonna clap next. They worried about where they gonna get the next switch the sweep where they can roll a blunt with.
Mhm.
They're not paying attention to what's going on with the world. But see, the thing is, when you're not paying attention to the world, next thing you know, the things that happen in the world be right in your front of your doorstep. Then in scripture say, "What manner of man will you be when these things come around? When these things happen, how are you gonna react?" You got yes.
Mhm. Real quick. Let me see. This Proverbs 20, this Proverbs 27:12, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Just backing the brother's point up, man, because the mass majority of these people, man, Esau has totally, you know what I'm saying, conditioned them to, not pay attention. You see, on things that's taking place on the earth, man. You see, but there are the mass majority of our people, their attention is locked into celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Vain shit that don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Is what our people, that's a part of their conversations that you hear at work. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know that Israel, you know what I'm saying, that America, they at war right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially this current strike that they just did. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing that's going on with Iran. Niggas don't know that, man. You see? They're not talking about that in the Christian church, but yet and still our people go there every Sunday to hear to so-called hear the word, all right, from the man of the Lord at these churches, man, which really they ain't hearing nothing but smooth things, man. You see? These 501c3 pastors who was set up by Esau Edom, you know what I'm saying? They can only speak, all right, a particular curriculum, man. They can't speak against the government. They can't speak about too much about politics. They can't speak about, you know what I'm saying, things that's going on in the earth, you know. And that's why a lot of our people, the day of the Lord is gonna catch a lot of our people, like as it says, as a thief in the night, you
Right.
know.
I got you. You got some more on that?
Oh no, that was it. That
I'll
was it,
bring
bro.
it up for you. This is First Thessalonians 5. And I start at 1 at the top. It says, "But of the times and the season, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night."
It's
And
more.
yeah,
Go ahead.
it says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them."
Right. Read that one more time, so like it, bro.
Done. I'll read it verse 2 again. It says, "For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night."
Now, who is he talking to? He's talking to those that's in the know. All right, you brothers and sisters out there who are woke, all right, unto this truth. All right, this the real truth, man, not the truth of these other particular camps like IUIC, because at the end of the day, these dudes don't have the truth, man. You see, truth, there's no lie in the truth, man. You see, and according to Revelation chapter 14, there will be a particular remnant of men who will be preaching the truth. Like it says, and in their mouth there shall be found no guile. You see, showing that what they will have the 100% truth. They'll be able to go into these scriptures, all right, and break it down and show you and tie it to what they see taking place in the earth, who particular people are on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Prophecy, man, the spirit of prophecy, according to Revelation chapter 19, man. And you don't see these other camps in their spirit, man. They're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shah. You
Right.
see, because if they were in the spirit of Yahweh Shah, then they will be constantly focused and preaching prophecy, man.
Yep.
You see, the only ones who are preaching prophecy are the apostles, bishops, elders, all right, a great millstone and like-minded man on down. You see, and various other camps who preach the same doctrine as we do, who's occupied in prophecies, man, who's given their mind, like it says in what is that, Sirach 39. You see, he that shall be occupied, meditation of the law thereof shall be occupied in prophecy, man. That's our whole this is what our life is centered around, man. So we constantly watching. You see, putting up videos and informing you brothers and sisters on what's taking place. All right. And when you hear these particular things, you should be watching too. You know what I'm saying? You should be watching too, man. You should know these particular things, particular topics. You know what I'm saying, or events that take place before even brothers make a video about it.
That's right.
You see, of course, you're not gonna know everything, but certain things you should be privy up to, which shows that what you taking your time. You're not occupies in the affairs of this earthly life, man. You see, your mind is set in the heavens, like it says in the book of Colossians, chapter 3. You know,
Keep your head on the swivel, knowing what's going on with the world, and you basically compare it to prophecy. You know what I'm saying? You have camps out here not even talking about Jacob's trouble. Just some trying to say that Jacob's trouble not gonna happen. And then, like you say, then when you look at some of these camps, you know they're talking about saving the Gentiles.
right?
You know, trying to save the other nations. And this is and you in the, you see the times we're in now, and you're talking about that. You're not looking for the thief. Because the thief
Mhm.
is like say you if you up there and you're gonna be constantly keeping your head on the swivel, not being lackadaisical, you're gonna watch for the thief to come in. So you see somebody coming through your door, you're gonna be well aware. But you up there, you're not even telling the people what they need to get prepared for. You're not warning the people. All right. The Lord in Ezekiel said, give them warning from me. All right. Let them know something about to come upon the earth that is gonna be bad. And even in Daniel 12, it said it's going to be a time like no other. So we definitely supposed to be out here letting the people know what's about to go down.
I got something for you.
Huh.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, and verse 36 in the NLT. It says, "Keep alert at all times, and pray that you might be strong enough to escape those coming horrors and stand before the Son of Man."
Yeah, you got to keep your hey that because that alert when your alarm goes off in the morning, it wakes you up. It gives you a sound where it's gonna make you look and what I got to cut this off. It wakes you up immediately. We got to constantly keep that alert going. You know what I'm saying? Like with them Amber Alerts, we like spiritual Amber Alert. We were always pushing. You
Right.
know, we always letting you know this is coming. You know, and they you have some people, some Jake, they'll get tired of us talking about, oh man, y'all been saying that for years. Y'all still talking about Jacob's trouble. Y'all still talking about things that it is going to be thermonuclear destruction. Yes, all these things coming, but see, that's the thing about having that faith. When you have faith, things are not seen at that moment. Now these things are starting to happen. Then you have people looking around, looking like, okay, now those old men. Now this, you should tell us more because y'all was talking about that.
Right. I got something for you. The Second Peter chapter 3, and I'm gonna start at verse 3, and I'm gonna read the NLT. It says, "Most importantly, I want to remind you that in the last days scoffers will come, mocking the truth and following their own desires. They will say, 'What happened to the promise that Yahushua is coming again?' From before the times of our ancestors, everything has remained the same since the world was first created."
You know what they're saying. It takes you have decades where nothing happens, and then you have
Weeks with
weeks
decades
where
happen.
decades happen.
Right.
We're in those moments where the weeks where decades of things are starting to happen now. You know, so you're trying to say the promise of his coming. You seeing now what's happening. The Lord said these things in Matthew 24. Where going to be wars and rumors of wars. It's going to be all these things happening, and then He's going to set up to bring it to come upon the earth. All right. And now the Lord's starting to visit the earth which He made. Now these things starting to happen.
Hmm.
Bro, you would never think that this will be going on right now with the build up that's going on in Iran. What's happening in Dubai? You know what I'm saying? Now you have like all these Jake or all these people. I ain't even just say Jake, but a lot of it be Jake leaving here, going to these different countries like
Right.
Dubai and all this. And look what's happening now. Now they're stuck. All right, they're hearing bombs go off. They nervous. They scared. You know, but then you have somebody over there that's been in the Middle East or in the area say, you know, hey, don't worry too much. This things like this happen. They used to certain things like that, but you're not used to it over here in America. That's why this is about to start happening here, and people are not going to know what to do. You're gonna have some people starting to lose faith. All right, you got all these things happening, and those scoffers they're not gonna start. They're gonna stop scoffing because they're gonna be seeing it right there in front of in front of their eyes.
Hmm. I'm gonna go back real quick, bro. I'm gonna go back to that Luke 21 real quick.
Yeah.
All right, this is back in Luke chapter 21. All right, I'm gonna read verse 36 again in the NLT. It says, "Keep alert at all times." Well, matter of fact, I'm gonna read that in the KJV. Luke 21 and 36. It says, "Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass. All right, and to stand before the Son of Man." You see, so Yahweh Shah even told us that our job is to watch. All right. If you've been blessed to receive this knowledge and to understand this truth,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Our mindset can't be like the mindset of these people in the world. It can't be like particular members of your family. You know what I'm saying? Because the Lord chose you out of the world. You know what I'm saying? You brothers and sisters out there, the Lord have chosen you out of the world to receive this knowledge, man.
Right.
You see, so you don't supposed to, be have your mind on worldly things as these people do, man. You see? And it says what? Pray always. Like the brother said, bad times are getting ready to take place. All right, we see it happening, man. Soon the economy is gonna collapse. It's getting harder and harder. Everything is going up. You know what I'm saying? Everything is going up except your hourly wages, man.
Right.
You see, getting harder and harder for people out here. They got all these goddamn studies that nowhere in the U.S. can a minimum wage 40-hour a week job get you a 2-bedroom apartment in any state in the United States, man. You see, showing that what these people, everybody is fucking mourning. This is hell, you know. But only the elect is crying out, all right, for your how about Shemi Awashad to come do something about it.
Yep.
Niggas are cool with it. You know, niggas, like the brother said earlier, as long as a nigga got a blunt, you know what I'm saying, they can go out on the weekends and, and drink and try to, numb the fucking sorrow of this pitiful ass life. You know what I'm saying? And they cool with it, man. They can go get some box. You know what I'm saying? But then, but right back Monday, what they right back in a fucking rat race.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we need saving out of this place, man.
That's right.
You know. But like you said, I'm gonna read it again. Watch ye therefore and pray always that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. You see.
Yeah. No, 'cause that's a major point. You know, you gotta be worthy. Okay. The Lord is looking for the ones that not bound in need to bow, the ones that basically sign and crying from the abomination thereof. Like I said, we're in mourning. And that's what you gotta look at when, as it said, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but the wicked bear of rule, the people mourn. Well, we're not trying to sugarcoat it. We're not trying to hide it, our face, you know what I'm saying? Putting that smiley face in front of us and then in the back we're crying. We letting you know, hey, we signing crying now. We're letting you know that we looking for this no rest for us here. All right, we look for a kingdom to come. And we want this place to go down. We want this place. And the Lord, and like you said, if you want this world to continue and you love this world, then the love of the Father is not in you. The love of Yahweh Shem Shai is not in you. Okay, so that means you're not worthy to receive the kingdom of heaven. You come in through the loins of the elect, because these things, because so you finna receive what the Lord is finna bring upon here. It's finna be plagues, pestilence, famine, all these things that the scripture talks about. That we tell you that the prophecy is telling us about to happen. We finna see these things happen, and we seeing the stages being set for these things to occur.
Hey, like the brother said on the comment board, the brother Amar says, Proverbs 29 and 2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what you got, man. People are mourning. You know what I'm saying? Old folks, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking way that, our grandparents and, should be fucking still working, man.
Right.
You know? But that goes back until the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. You know? This 9 to 5, 40-hour work week, all this shit was set up, man, and to trap people inside this prison, man, inside this fucking hamster wheel.
Yeah.
All right, to keep you constantly going. You know what I'm saying? To keep you at a certain in a state of desperation you can't get out of, man. You see? Because all of us are one paycheck away from being homeless, man. Whatever particular savings that you try to save, you will fuck around. You eventually got to fucking go in it. Yep. You know, then next thing you know, that it's gone. Then you save up. We just stacking our money, like it says according to the scriptures, man, with a bag full of with holes in it, man. You see, and Esau set it up that way. You know what I'm saying? All this shit was done. When you look it up, man, all this shit was done during the early 1900s, man, by J.D. Rockefeller. You see, the health system, the food, all right, the music, the tone of the music always changed. The nigga Henry Ford created that 40-hour work week. Yep. And it wasn't for people to give people breaks, man, because really, at one point in time, they had people working six days. You know what I'm saying? I think it said like 60 hours a week or some shit like that. But then they eventually, he came up with the 40-hour work week to you know what I'm saying? And it was ultimately to keep people to keep your ass in the trap, man. Yeah. You see? Because you truly own nothing. We don't own shit here, man. Right. You know? Here it is, you working all that, you spending 60 fucking years of your life working for a fucking Edomite, making him rich, man. And what do you have to show for when you so-called retire? Now you can't even fucking retire now. Our grandparents got to come out of fucking retirement and be fucking greeters at Walmart, man, to make ends meet.
That's right.
You know,
because the price of everything is going up, but the money that you basically have for your retirement plan is not even equivalent, nowhere near the equivalent of the bills you gotta pay. So they gotta come. You have your grandparents and stuff retiring at 62, but then they're 68 years old and got to go back to work, bro. And that's what he saw. And then now they talk. The government trying to tell you, hell, they might end up pushing the goddamn retirement age up.
right?
So he wants you to work till you basically you can't retire. He wants you to work till you basically in the grave.
Mm-hmm.
That's his whole. And what is that? That's a slave. A slave that you give him money to get food. And when you look at the history of the slaves, if they wasn't getting paid, they were getting food and certain things to help them keep going. That's basically what we're doing because you ain't got no money to save. Majority of people don't have money to save up to go do something that they want to do for enjoyment. Money is just you're just making enough money just to basically scrape back, get food, get something to eat, like you say, and then go around and maybe keep some clothes on your back. And now you can hardly buy clothes now. Shit getting so expensive. Shoes you look at $200, shit like that, $100, $150. See, Esau had these things to be set up where he wants you to work until you in the spirit world.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want you to be able to retire and say, I've did what I had to do. He don't want you, he don't want that. He don't want the nuclear family to grow. He wants chaos. He wants destruction. Death and hell is what he thrives in. And that's what's about to run Second Thessalonians.
Okay, yeah, you got it, bro.
This is back in Second Thessalonians 5 and verse 3. It says, "For when they shall say peace and safety, then suddenly destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman which with child, and they shall not escape."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like you said, they're gonna be. And when you have a woman that travail with child, when a woman is having a baby, you have those certain birth pains. It starts off where it be more of a sporadic. It happens here later on down the line. 10 minutes later it may hit again. But when the baby comes close to brought up on earth, the birth pain or contractions become more and more they closer to one another. So now it ain't every 10 minutes, not every 7 minutes, every 5 minutes, till it's just ready to what? Everything is just birth pains just constantly gonna be there till you have the baby to come out to crown and come out.
Right,
And
full
that's
labor.
yeah, full labor. Now that's what we're seeing here in Babylon. Here, that's what we're seeing upon the earth. These birth pains, all right, and eventually it's going to be full on labor. And and call all Yahweh Shai that he keeping us with the eyesight to see and to constantly pray and watch. Like you say, watch and pray. You know, because the Lord set up for the God of this world, as it says in 2 Corinthians 4, around the fourth verse, that blinded the mind of these 2/3. He's the blinded the mind. They thinking they gonna still get save us. Esau's gonna present salvation to you, but Esau don't bring nothing but mourning and death.
Hmm. But like you said, them birth pains, you know what I'm saying, is ultimately something that a woman can't escape when she's pregnant.
Mm.
Eventually, these things are gonna, she's gonna have, go into labor.
Yep.
Well, before that full blown labor comes, like you said, is those birth pain, and we seen little hiccups here and there. We seen the Lord said it. These are the beginning of sorrow. These are birth pains.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But soon that full blown, and Esau has it right now. You know what I'm saying? Carnally speaking, the woman when she had birth, Esau has an epidural to
Yeah.
try to, to try to soften those, to try to take away that pain, or you know what I'm saying, make it less, make it more tolerable.
Right.
And that's the same thing he's gonna do. You know what I'm saying, to the people, man. He's going to try particular things to try to, you know what I'm saying? But he's not going to be able to stop what the Lord is getting ready to bring, man. You see, which is that full blown labor pain, man. You see, to where she's the, a woman can't, once that full blown labor starts, she can't get as just nothing but pain until that child comes out.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And whoever, how, sometimes women will be in labor for hours, you know?
Yep.
But she's not gonna have no release until it's over. You see, and that's how it is when the Lord's finally when he fully touches his place, man. It's not gonna be no fucking release. When you can read about it in the book of Revelations, man. It talks about all those things that's gonna take place and happen to those people who worship the image of the beast, who will see that mark. You see, they're gonna have those particular swords. They're gonna go through all the what everything that the Lord is gonna bring upon this place, man. And it's not gonna be over until what the Lord is fully, all right, delivered the elect, man. You see?
Yep. Like you said, that peace and safety, they'll continue to listen to Esau and him trying to comfort them with his smooth words. But like I said, when the birth pains really hit, and it's gonna get so bad that it won't, you'll know for sure it's gonna not gonna be any peace and safety. You just know it's just terror everywhere you go, and that's if you see terror everywhere you go, you lose faith. You know, you gonna have people walking around with no hope.
Hmm.
They can walk around like drop dead Fred, like they just down, just Well, no, we getting a Bernie. That's what I'm thinking of. They just dead, like they dead in this. They just dead in the spirit. They like it's no hope left for us to just what, just to perish. That's what's gonna come here in the Babylon the Great, aka America. And then like you said, you have Israelite camps that really not giving you, that's basically still giving you like the Christianity, give you that false sense of hope. Like,
Hmm.
don't worry about Jacob's trouble. Don't worry about these things that's happening. The Lord is gonna cover us, which we know the Lord is gonna cover the elect, but we supposed to let them know like we're gonna be in this when things get bad. We're still here in Babylon. We're warning the people because we know what's about to happen. They're not even telling you what's about to happen.
Right.
The blood is going to be on their hands. We're telling you because the Lord said we got to give warning to get blood off our hands. So we give you the warning of what's about to happen through prophecy. But if you don't want to hear, then you're going to receive what? The blood that you're going to receive on your own hands. And
Right.
we'll be able to wash our hands because we let you know because we gave warning.
Right. You're not gonna be able to escape that death angel, man,
Mm-hmm.
which is ultimately Yahweh. Just like during ancient Egypt, man. You see, when Moses came to the children of Israel and told them to do these, look, do this, do that. You see, this, put the blood on the doorpost. Don't come outside. That's the only way you're gonna be able to escape what that this plague that the Lord is about to send on Egypt. You see. So we warning the people now and giving them the instructions to do to have that blood upon their doorpost, man, which is the blood of Yahweh on the doorpost of your mind, man.
That's right.
You see that the wah that is spoken of in Ezekiel chapter 9, man. You see
Mhm.
where the Lord told the angels to go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark on the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations. You see, that's that the wah, that's that blood, that's that mark that's going to be set upon the elect, man. You see.
Right.
All right, and that's gonna come by them taking the elect is gonna take heed, man, until what the man of the Lord was saying. You see, just like Israel what did during the time of ancient Egypt when Moses and Aaron told them to put the blood on the doorpost, man. That's the only way to escape. All right, this death angel, you know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shah, all right, when he brings these plagues on this place, like it says in Second Ezra chapter 15, the
That's
Lord is
right.
gonna bring these plagues again, man. You
Mhm.
see, and it's gonna be even worse, man. It's gonna be even worse, man, because this new Pharaoh is more powerful than that ancient Pharaoh, man,
That's right.
in ancient Egypt, man. You see, ancient Pharaoh didn't have the weapons, all right, and the technology that this new Pharaoh has, man. Esau, Edom. Ancient Pharaoh didn't have a nuclear bomb. He didn't have AI robots that can shoot guns and do shit like that, man. You see? So when the Lord does send these plagues, that the water set upon the elect, man, they're gonna have divine intervention, man. Miracles are gonna take place. You see, for you brothers and sisters out there, man.
Yep.
The Lord is not gonna leave us out there, man. We here it is. We risking our life. We turning back and we repenting unto Him. We living our lives to the best, to the best of our ability in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Whatever lot the Lord bestowed unto us, the Lord ain't gonna just leave us out there, man.
Nope.
You know. So don't let that thought slip into your mind, because that shit'll bug you out, man. That what if this happened? No, we can't be in that spirit.
Nope.
We gotta have full trust in Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. All right, and you got to have that confidence, man. If we doing what we need to do, that's gonna give us that confidence. All right, that we can have the confidence in Yahweh Shem Yahweh, man. Why? Because we doing what we supposed to do.
That's right.
You know. But I got this in the second Esdras 14, bro.
All right. If I could quick line back on you real quick on you mentioned Ezekiel 9:4. What do you say? You said he's gonna seal the elect. Got that sealed at the wall. But the rest of them, what do you say? And he want to hear them be put to death.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "In my hearing, go through the midst of the city and smite." And like you said, he want old women, little children. The Lord said He's gonna be smiting like just smiting all type of people. When people go hear hear something happen to a little child, you be like, "Damn, that's." But hey, the Lord thoughts are not our thoughts. His ways are not our ways.
Mm-hmm.
And also, He don't have that type of remorse we have, because the Lord He's all being, all knowing. All right. For us, we can't, we had these emotions. That's why when the scriptures say we supposed to be fishermen now, but then we're gonna be becoming hunters. The Lord is gonna take that spirit away from us, for we won't be having that type of remorse on death, because we see death differently than the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
And He's gonna say, go through and smite them. All right. We'll be putting many of people to death.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
But I got this in that second Esdras. I'm gonna start at 13, bro.
Uh,
The second Esdras chapter 14 and verse 13. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption."
Yeah. So we speaking to the meek, all right, the brokenhearted. We gotta also set our own housing in order, because like you say, we're working out our own salvation as well. We got to get prepared for when the Lord do come. Like you say, we don't want to be caught up in that thief in the night. We want to be ready, constantly keeping our heads on the swivel, as they're being circumspect. Because what, the days are not as fools, but as wise, because the days are evil. It tells you that in Ephesians 5, around the 15th verse. So we got to get our house in order, and also speak to the meek, the brokenhearted, and also letting to the other Jakes know that the ones that's not even paying attention about what's about to come. Because we don't know who the elect is. We don't know every one of them. We don't know who's but we do know that the elect is going to be delivered, but the rest is gonna suffer.
Right. Verse 14, it says, this is the angel talking to Esdras, man, telling him to get yourself together, man. You see, I'm going to read that verse again. Second Esdras 14 and 13. Now, therefore, set thine house in order, reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, we gotta cast off those mortal thoughts, those the carnal ways. All right. So we got to we got to have we have to have a higher standard and a spiritual elevation than these people of the world.
Mhm.
All right. We got to get away from the things of this world. You know, what is that? Is it Romans 8 going to be in be spiritual minded? Roughly paraphrasing, the life would be carnal minded is death.
Right, like it says, let go of the mortal thoughts. See, we not mortals anymore, man.
Right.
The mindset being woken up into this truth, man. We ain't like the scriptures say, when like Yahweh Shah said, the mysteries of the kingdom of the Most High been given unto you. You know what I'm saying? We go into that word mystery is mysterion, which means what? It said it was this knowledge that was not given unto ordinary mortals.
Right.
Showing you that the particular spirits that receive this understanding in these end times are not ordinary mortals. We once were, but now we've been awoken. You see, we've been over to this truth by hearing this song going out. Now our mind, we can't have a mortal mind. You see, we can't think like the brother said when it comes concerning death and seeing particular members of our family get put to death. You know what I'm saying? Dropping out, but we could, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters, probably a lot of people who took the jab. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Died in car crashes. We see it. You know what I'm saying? But we can't have a mortal mind when it comes to these things, man. You know?
Can I get something to just, I know you've been reading that, but to kind of land back on you read what you were saying. Romans 8 and 9, it says, "But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit.
Mm.
If so be that the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the spirit of Mashiach, he is none of his.
Mm.
And so, like I said, who's going to deliver us is Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right? Because when you read it, Yahushua said in John, they are thine and thine are mine. All right? For what he did, he delivered the elect by going through what? By getting his blood shed, all right? By going through the death that he had to go through. That was horrific. You know, that was something that when he went through, that was bro, nobody on earth could go through what Howard Shah went through. But like I said, he did it, but now, like I said, it was we were redeemed because of him, like it says in Galatians 4:4. So we basically are bought with a price. But like I said, you had, and those are the ones that's gonna have their spirit. The ones that don't have the spirit, they're not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You're not his.
Right. I got something real quick. This Philippians chapter 3 and verse 20 in the NLT. It says, but we are citizens of heaven, where the Lord Yahweh Shah Hamashiach lives. We are eagerly waiting for him to return as our savior. You see? So if you understand his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you know what I'm saying? If it's been given unto you, then you are no longer a citizen of earth, man.
Right.
You see, you a citizen of heaven, man. You see, so our minds have to be a like Yahweh Shah told the scribes and Pharisees, I am from above and you are from beneath, man.
That's right.
You see, these people are from beneath, man. Our family members, they are from beneath, man. You see, if we are of the elect, our spirit goes back unto the heavens, man.
That's right.
You see, so we are citizens of the heavens, man. You see, we can't think like these people think, man. When it comes concerning judgment and even understanding what's going on in our life and whatever situation that we may be put in the time of Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? We these camps and shit that's being built. We don't know if the Lord, the Lord is gonna have us to where we get taken and put in one of those, man.
Right.
You see, but when these things take place, we can't be thinking. We can't be thinking like a mortal, man.
Exactly.
We can't be seeing things with our mortal eyes, man. We got to see with our spiritual eyes. We got to think with our spiritual minds, man. You see? You got to understand going back, and that's why it's important to read. That's why the scriptures say, blessed is he that readeth, man. You see? Because when you read these examples of everything that happened to our Lord Yahweh when he was brought before Pontius Pilate, what did he say? He told Pontius Pilate, look, man, you ain't got no power over me except it was given unto you from heaven, man. You see? So we got to walk in that same mindset, man. We got to understand, okay, whatever. All right, if we put, you know what I'm saying, into one of these fucking camps, man. You see, Esau brought us up or got us cast us into prison, whatever, however it go. We got to understand, look, nigga, shit, this nigga ain't in control. The Lord is.
Right.
You see? And the Lord, and just because you in one of them fucking camps, the Lord ain't abandoned you. He didn't abandon Joseph when he was in prison. The Lord was with Joseph that whole time while he was in prison, man. You see, when you read in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, read it in the GNT. It tells you that what wisdom never left Joseph. It was with him. It was with him in prison, man.
Yep.
And ultimately, what is wisdom? Wisdom is Yahweh Shah, man. You see, so Yahweh Shah is not gonna leave you, man. It no matter where the fuck you at on the planet Earth. If you in a fucking camp, all right. If you running for your life, however, wherever you at, man. You see. So I'm gonna go back to the second Esdras, bro. Second Esdras chapter 14 and verse 14 says, "Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times."
Yep. Hey, we hastening the day to flee from these times. All right. And like I said, you gotta let go of these mortal thoughts. What I'm gonna do when this happens, my bills, all these things. Your day-to-day life, you gotta keep going through it. But Lord said as times progress, that things get worse. We gotta be like pilgrims in these latter days. You may have to get time where you may have to get up and leave your home.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go back. You know. These are things where you have to get yourself together and get ready for these things. And see if you have those mortal thoughts, things happen. The Lord put their spirit, the discernment on you. Say, I got to get up and move away from my home, for example. If you have a woman that's gonna basically controlling you, no, we should stay here. It's gonna be safer. Let's board these windows up and things like here and just stay. See, now you got that thing where the Lord give you that mindset to say, you know what, the angel talking to you like you need to get up and get up out of here. But she may talk to you like, let's go ahead and get this together. You stay in that house and then get effed up. But that's why the Lord said you got to let go of these certain things. Because one thing about a woman, she want to put it because she don't want to leave the house because she want to stay there thinking things may get better.
Right.
We'll be all right. Just stay here for a second. Later on, when things get better, we still got our house. No. No, you gotta let go of these things.
Right. You got to step out the boat just like Peter did, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see, you got to go back until you know what I'm saying. Because like the brother said, man, you know when yeah, you know, like when you watch these particular movies, these end of the world type movies, these apocalyptic movies, you know what I'm saying? When the shit going down and the people stand in their house, they don't want to leave that house. Why? Because it's what they know. It's
Yeah.
comfortable to them. They don't want to let that go.
They say
You
so.
see, while everything else is in chaos, it's like that house is what they know and they comfort is like it's like a fucking what they call that thing like when you like a buoy or you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah, yeah. Hold on to it.
like a life
Mm-hmm.
buoy or something, man. You see?
Yeah.
But in order for these things to take place, these miracles and stuff to happen for us, we're gonna have to step out on faith. We're gonna have to step off the boat, man.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to let go of this shit, man. You know, we're gonna have to move in the spirit, be able to move in the spirit. That's why it's important that you take this grace period seriously. Seriously, man. Don't just walk through life. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these Israelite camps don't know what this truth really is about, man. You know, understand that the Lord is training you right now, man. He's training you to know Him. He's training you to, as we read in the book of Second Sirach, chapter 2, where it says, "Look at the generations of old." Well, the Lord is teaching you that. He did, you know, the scriptures say, with all our reading, with all our knowledge, how it go, bro? Can we get that read? Get understanding, right? How do you get understanding? You get understanding by experiencing something, man. You see, by going by, you know, and that way you can actually say that, man. You can be a part of that second Sirach chapter 2 and 10. You know what I'm saying? You can look at the past, your past, all right, and see how the Lord brought you through all these things, man. The Lord ain't gonna abandon you, man.
That's right.
You know, and He's all gonna want you to think that. You see, because all this shit is about to be taken away from these people, man.
Yeah.
Esau is getting ready to take. The Lord is gonna allow Esau to take everything from these people, man. But one thing Esau can't take is faith.
That's right.
Esau ain't gonna be able to take that faith from the elect, man.
Faith
You know,
is trusting in the Lord. And it says in Proverbs 3, verse 5, one of my favorite scriptures, you know, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not onto your own understanding. All right, because when you lean onto your own understanding, you bring the carnal aspect in there. You bring in the, you know, the fleshly thoughts of it. But when you lay your burden onto the Lord and you ask Him for your to guide your way, as it says in that same scripture, you know, He said, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, lean not onto your own understanding." And paraphrasing, with all understanding, the Lord shall guide your path. You know, and the Lord is going to guide our path when you what? When you put your faith in Him.
got something for you.
Oh,
Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 70. I'm gonna start at 74. It says, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same."
see, days of trouble. What is that we're about to run into? Jacob's trouble. All right, it's at hand. But the Lord, we gotta have faith. The Lord is going to deliver us. What's the scripture? The Lord, the arms of the Lord is not
Short that He shall save.
yeah, short that He shall save. So the Lord, like I say, no matter what, because you got to think things that you think is impossible through the Spirit, how about Shai, it becomes possible. All right, it becomes possible for the Lord to deliver you for certain things. It'd be a thing where you're like, you know, this is it. It's way no way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Jonah. You know, he felt like he was probably done. Like you said, he thought he was in his grave. Like that was it. All right. Look at the three holy children. All right, all these things that we're talking about, Daniel and the lions den. These things you wouldn't think that was possible to happen, but the Lord got them out. And these events that happen, all right, in the past in the ancient times should be our building block of faith. To know that when these times come, these times of trouble, the Lord can stretch His hand out to deliver us. That it's not possible. It's
Right,
not impossible. It's possible.
right. Because it's the Lord is getting ready to make it. You know what I'm saying? The impossible possible, man. You gave that example about Daniel and the lions. Then when you read that, man, it said that they starved those lions. They used to feed those lions daily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they wanted to they wanted to make sure Daniel died, so they starved the lions for a period of time before they threw him in there.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a situation that when you look at it corner, that was a situation if somebody if some a man to get thrown into a lion's pit, the lions that ain't been fed in a week,
Right.
that's used to eating every day, he will be devoured instantly, man. But the Lord what has had something miraculous, a miracle happen. He shut the mouth of the lion, man. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown in the fire, all right, that was supposed to be it when you look at the corner. That was something that if we see in the world. Okay, damn, that dude dead.
Yeah.
He's just been through in the fire. But what did the Lord? He made the impossible possible, man.
Yeah.
You see, he made it to where those men, they said they stepped, they didn't even, they said they were walking around in the fire. They didn't even smell like smoke.
hmm
You know,
They said the fire was so hot that the ones that threw them in there got burned up.
right?
The
Yes,
guards.
the Lord is getting ready to defy the natural law, the what Esau calls the natural law
Yep.
of or you know however he said of nature or whatever.
hmm
He's about to defy. The Lord is about it because the Lord outside of that shit, man. When you read in Wisdom of Solomon, man, I mean, yeah, when you read in Wisdom of Solomon about those plagues that the Lord sent on Egypt, it said how the Lord made the elements change to where now fire burned in water. It burned more hotter in water. The Lord changed the you know what I'm saying, the elements up, man, to where they started doing things that is different, man. You see how much more for us in these times. You think the Lord ain't gonna do that, man?
Right.
You know?
When these lights go out, the Lord also, like in Egypt, they had those aborigines, those things. I mean, what they call them? Those spirit
Apparitions, yeah.
apparitions, apparitions, apparitions. You know what I'm saying?
I say
Tripping out.
aborigines. Aborigines.
Aborigines out
Yeah.
there. I saw them on the History Channel.
Right.
I saw them on World Geography Channel. Yeah, but yeah, the Lord, hey, these apparitions, these things, hey, these things about to start happening. People gonna start seeing things like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's gonna bug them out. You know, so like you say, hey, what manner of man you will be when these things come? These things that are about to happen upon the earth, Lord, you got to be ready. You got to be spiritually ready for what's to happen because there's gonna be things that says things that never been seen before. You're gonna see things that you be like, damn, you're gonna need the Lord to get through these things. You're gonna need the Lord to keep your sanity, as they call it. Keep
Right.
yourself in order, keep yourself together. Because these people gonna get bugged out because so many things they're gonna see that's out of the ordinary. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a bad deal out here.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna jump back to this second Esdras, bro. Second Esdras chapter 14. I'm gonna read verse 15 again. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. How am I gonna eat?
Yeah.
Damn, what about my kid? You know, because some brothers, some you brothers and sisters out there, you may have particular elements in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Particular disabilities, man. Your child may have particular disability. You just, damn, how, you and we thinking because that shit pop in your head, man. Think about what the Lord is about to do. Damn, it's about to be bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have them thoughts, man. You know, damn, but we gotta lay that shit aside, man. Why? Because we're serving, all right, the eternal power, man. All right, and it's only begotten son.
Yeah.
You see? It said,
Like I say, you got to be in the spirit like King David when he fought Goliath. You know, he had that faith because you had somebody that had that faith that King David had. Well, he
but
was.
no, make your
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
make your point.
You didn't have that faith like that. You see what happened to his brothers and all the other ones. They didn't want to go out there. If you don't have that faith, you're like, how are we gonna beat him? Look at him. You
Right,
know, but when King David told him what he was gonna do, because he had the spirit on him.
right. And it came and that faith went by with works too, man.
Yeah.
That confidence that David had, it came by experience. By experiencing the Lord, man. You see, by the Lord dealing with David. You know what I'm saying? Throughout, you know what I'm saying? his life.
Yep.
All right, before the leading up to the Goliath, man, the Lord was dealing with David.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and teaching him and showing him, look, he was the Lord. He was learning Yahweh about Shema was shot. Man, damn, that's why he had that confidence. Man, this nigga ain't nothing, man.
Yep.
This uncircumcised fucking Philistine ain't nothing. He gonna be just like that lion and that bear, man.
That's right.
You see, and he had that confidence. Why? Because he went through the experience. The Lord was teaching him, man. You see, and right now we learning Yahweh about Shema Awashai. You brothers and sisters are learning Yahweh about Shema Awashai every day. You wake up, man.
That's
The
right.
Lord is showing you, man. You see, we're learning our power, man. You see, and hey, man, we know we got a power that, hey, man, that, hey, can he created the heavens and the earth. Everything is subject unto him, man.
That's right.
So if, like it says, if the Lord be with us, who can be against us, man?
Mhm.
So going back. Verse 16, or it's like a 15, it says, and set aside, 2 Esdras 14 and 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than these which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Ooh, greater evil than these. So we seeing some evils that's happening upon the earth, bad times, but they only gonna get worse. Like that song is only just begun. It's only just begun.
Right.
And you finna see things, bro. Because like you said, now you say, okay, I gotta get. I can only eat what a turkey sandwich till I get paid again. It's gonna get to a point where you ain't gonna probably have no job. It's gonna get to a point where you might go 2 or 3 days without eating. You
Right.
know, you can only go what the body is. They say go what 72 hours without water. It's gonna be time we may have to go longer than that.
Right.
A lot of people will perish during that time. That's how bad it's gonna get.
Right.
It's already bad now, but it's only gonna get worse.
And we can't be you know what I'm saying, we got to be content with what the, like you said, that turkey sandwich. Shit, you better be thankful for that turkey sandwich, man. You see, we can't be like these people, ungrateful like them niggas was back during the time of Egypt, man.
Yeah.
You see, that's why Paul said, hey, harden not your heart as in the day of damn provocation. I think I'm saying that right.
Provocation.
You know what I'm saying? We can't be like that, man. You see? So you gotta understand, man. Every I don't care if you got the little, man. Thank the Lord for it, man. You see, He gave it to you. You know, we still eating. The Lord said it, man. My servant shall eat, my servant shall drink. That ain't the day. This starting right now.
Right.
You see, you got a roof over your head. Guess what? The Lord allowed you to have that. We got a transportation to get to or from work, to do what we got to do. The Lord allowed that. You see, we got food, and you know what I'm saying. Our kids good. Even though we send them off to these fucking schools and daycare, we see it every day when we wake up. All these damn articles about these fucking pedos and weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Messing with these kids at these daycares and schools. You know, offering them. Kids getting kidnapped, but our children are okay, man. You see, that's protection right now. But when this world starts to fall, that's when people, because these people don't see it right now. No. They don't see it. You see, but when this place starts to fall, that's when they gonna notice, because they fucking world is gonna crumble. And then their eyes is gonna look towards you like, damn, why they ain't going through that?
Right.
You see, how are they taken care of? You see, the people are gonna see that's why the Lord said in 2 Ezra 16, then shall they know who am I chosen, man.
Exactly.
You see?
Bro, if I could say, like, when things get bad, you gonna have people in the, bro, it ain't gonna be a good place to be in an apartment when things really jump off. When a majority of people don't have food in this work in this in the U.S.
Right.
Like brothers, I don't know if you or Tasma said one time, but it doesn't get so bad where your neighbors, they gonna start coming through walls. You know,
Yeah, right.
You in an apartment, they gonna be coming through your walls, trying to get what you got.
Right.
You know.
Let me say, it's gonna be bad for you if you ain't got the Lord on your side, man.
That's right.
But if the Lord is with you, we gonna be all right, man.
That's right.
You know, we're gonna be all right. But going back, 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16 says, for yet greater evil than these which thou hast seen shall happen, it's like seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
Evil's gonna increase upon them at the world, and we're dwelling in the earth. All right. And like I said, it's gonna be bad in Babylon, but it's getting bad everywhere. It's getting bad. Like I said, when you look at it, because we have because Jacob's trouble. Jacob is not just the bulk of his here is in Babylon, aka America, but Jacob's all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
We're like the sand of the sea. So it's gonna be greater evil just gonna come. But here in the Babylon the Great, one thing, because Americans don't know, they really don't know what it means to just suffer.
Mm-hmm.
You saying you going through and you suffering, but you got a job, you got a car, you know what I'm saying? You can eat every day. Man, I'm going through it. Yeah. No. It's it's times where you trying to find some work. You can't, when it gets bad, when you can't just get up and run to the store. Mother get up and go to Whataburger at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
No, things ain't bad out here. Once it start getting bad, when you get to a point where these greater evils gonna grow, these getting up to go get something to eat at 2 o'clock in the morning can work. Getting up and having something to eat is not gonna be option. That's how things